Hello and welcome to Tour Obscure, and today we are on the site of Rotherham Main Colliery. It opened in 1894 and closed in 1954. Now if you look on maps, a large part of this site was swept away with the new Centenary Way dual carriageway, what goes around Rotherham, but a very large section of it, including where most of the buildings were, has just been left untouched. So today we've come to have a look if we can find any remnants of this old coal mine, and I'm very hopeful. So join us to find out if we do. Rotherham Main Colliery was located on an area of land that now lies just off the Canclow roundabout in Rotherham. Two shafts were sunk in 1890, and by 1894 the mine was producing coal and employing thousands of people in the local area. The colliery was operated by famous steelmakers and shipbuilding company John Brown & Co., which went on to become part of Forgemasters after many merger deals. Rotherham Main Colliery, sometimes known as Canclow Main, was then transferred to the National Coal Board in 1947, and the pit was relatively successful, aside from frequent water issues relating to floodwaters from the nearby River Rother. In 1954, it was decided that Rotherham Main Colliery would close. Since then, part of the land has become Centenary Way, Rotherham's main link road to the M1. However, a large portion of the site was forgotten about and is still undeveloped to this day. So we're just entering the site now. Plenty of fly tipping knocking about, and there's plenty of dog muck as well, so if you do come exploring yourself, watch out for that. I've really got my hopes up for this. Hoping that we're going to find some remains of the old Rotherham Main Colliery. So we're currently still following this path. You can't see it on Google Maps, but this path is more or less following the River Rother. But the site we need to be on is at the other side of that fence. Now there's loads and loads of gaps in this fence. It's not maintained at all. Well, you can see one just there. We've walked past a good two or three. Nothing around here is maintained by the looks of it. All the fences have been pulled down. Look at the state of that. So the first thing we've come to look at, if you look at this old map, you'll see there were two sludge beds and a pond on this site, just next to the river. And you'll see evidence of that in this photo. You can just see a small part of that pond. Now if you look just behind that as well, you'll see a banking on which the colliery sat on top of. And I do believe that this banking, what I'm looking at now, is that same banking. So that gives you an idea of what this area used to look like. The pond would have been down there somewhere, and the colliery would have been more or less just here. But it's been 70 odd years since this place got demolished, so obviously nature is well and truly thriving now. So Rotherham Main Colliery was rather early in closing in comparison to the rest of the South Yorkshire coalfield. Obviously most of them closed the doors in the late 80s, early 90s. You obviously had a few what made it later on than that, such as Rossington in 2007, Maltby 2013. But this one was relatively early in 1954. And soon after the site was demolished, there is a few maps where you'll see, but the buildings still exist. And it states that the colliery is disused. So it probably did last quite a few years after it closed. But it was soon cleared away. And well, this is what the site looks like today. Just see if I can find it. Jesus, what is that? Hang on. Right. Oh! Woohoo! I think I sliced my hand open, but I'm alright. Jesus Christ. Whew! Yeah, I hope that weren't a syringe. Jesus Christ. Right, anyway. So, we've found something. We're a little bit confused, so as we come around the corner, there's this huge concrete structure, what you'll see, and it's got a manhole on the top of it. Now at first we thought this could be the abutments for a bridge, what used to be roughly around this site, as you'll see on the map I'm about to put on your screen. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pipes, so it's part of a pipeline. And there's 4 pipes going into this concrete structure. So whether this was part of the mining operations here, I'm not 100%, because it looks as though it dates from around 1950, looking at the concrete. But I can't find any evidence of what its purpose is, why it's here. I'm sure there's somebody what will know. But like I say, information on this area in general is just minimal. Right, try and get back up now.
Grab hold of that.
I'm telling you now, I grab hold of that, that's going to snap.
You won't. It's strong enough.
I'm 19 stone of pure muscle, me. Hang on. Wait, let me get a bit what's... yeah, hang on. Yeah, we're good. If I go now... Oh, I can feel a snap. Feel a snap.
Go on, you're alright.
Hang on, let me get a bit of grip.
It's not snapping. You're right.
Hang on, I've got it. Yeah, we're good. So, there is a potential, but this, what we're looking at, could have been part of the mining operations. Whether it's been repurposed afterwards, I'm not sure, but as of today, it's tucked away quietly in this wooded area and just forgotten about. Now, another interesting fact about Rotherham Main Colliery, it was owned by John Brown and Company, and these were the same people what built very famous ships such as the RMS Queen Mary and the RMS Queen Elizabeth, along with a load of other famous ships. I'll put them on your screen now. So this place was owned by the same company that built all those very famous ships. So where we are just now, we're heading up towards where the shafts would have been, and there were a number of buildings in this area, as you'll be able to see on the maps. Obviously there's nothing... oh wow, look at that, look. Oh Jesus. Wow, that looks like part of the original colliery building. Shit, I knew there'd be something left, I knew there would be. Look at that. Shit. Look, there's an archway there.
Yeah. Could that have been for...
I've no idea what this particular part were. We are just having a look on maps first. But this roughly is where shafts were, so there would have been buildings all the way around this area.
Another one over there.
I know.
Walk on that path.
Right, so I've gathered myself a little bit now. So we're just walking around the corner, and we've found what I would confidently say is remains of this old colliery, and quite some substantial remains as well. What I'm looking at the moment is 2 structures. It looks as though they've been half buried, because one of them has got like an archway what's been half buried. So I'm gonna have to do some more digging to find out exactly what these were. I'm sure you guys in the comments, you're all very clued up on this kind of stuff. There's always something comes out after every video. There's always somebody who just knows that little bit more, and it's brilliant information, so keep them coming. If you know anything about this, what we may have missed, get it in the comments. Look at that. That is some sort of archway. Is that a tunnel? Is that a tunnel? Potentially. Absolutely no idea. But look at that. That's amazing. It's obviously been filled for some reason. I can't quite see in, it's pitch black obviously. Is that iron? That looks like a bit of iron, that. It is indeed. So there's a big iron bar there sticking out. But that's, what an amazing structure that is. Look at that. So we're going to continue around here now. There's another structure. Just have a look round this side of this one as well. That's interesting. If you look, there's a vast change in the use of brick there. Obviously, from what we've seen so far, it's all red brick, but then there's this stonework. So it's obvious, but this colliery were a mismatch of construction types, and all these big boulders we see on the floor are potential remains of this site as well. And also just a shout out to the people what have pressed the super thanks button just here. They've all donated to the page and helped support travel costs, etc. So thank you very much, you're all very much appreciated. If you want your name in the video, press that super thanks button, it's very easy to do, and I'll make sure you get your names in the next video. Papa Obscure's disappeared again. I hope he's not fallen down any old mine shafts or anything like that. I'm sure he'll be fine. God, this is amazing. So we're just approaching the second structure now, and I'm just interested to see if this is going to be the same as the other one. You can see just up there, there's a concrete top on that. So whether that was a platform for something above, maybe that was where the headgear was, I'm not sure. But look at that. That looks, oh, I'm not too sure now. It looked like an archway. It is. That is another archway, I'm sure it is. If you look at that, yep, definitely. Yeah. That's another archway, so that's another tunnel. What are these tunnels? Again, it's been filled in. This one better than the other one. But then all the other structure above has just been partially demolished. Just the base left. So if we look at the maps, you will see that there were two shafts on this site, very close together, and they are roughly where we are now. So I would suggest that these are the cap shafts and what remains of them, but I just can't make sense of the large tunnels underneath. Not a clue, not a clue. But it's incredible that this has just been left to rot in this, it's a forest now, for close to 70 years. Amazing. We've found a brick with some markings on, J, B and Co. I'm no expert in that field, but there'll be plenty of you on this channel who are, so you will know where that's come from. Let me know in the comments below. Absolutely gobsmacked, but I've found this. I did expect some remains to be here. You know, I expected to find, you know, maybe some bricks or something like that, but I didn't expect to find anything of this magnitude still left after all these years. That looks like a pipe sticking out of the ground. It's a big iron pipe sticking out of the ground. That, not sure what that would have been for. It's been bent out of place, so all the building around it's been taken away, so it's kind of hard to tell what its purpose was, but it's still here. And that's the back of the second structure. It's going to be a bit more difficult to get to because it's covered by trees. And again, just little things keep catching my eye. There's a very large pipe there coming out of this structure. So that would have led somewhere. Not sure where or what its purpose was. So we've been a bit further up now, past the original structures what we found, and there's nothing else up there. But I'm so pleased with that. I'll be honest with you, there were a point when we were walking on here and I thought, this is going to be a bit of a dud this. It's going to be a write-off, I'm not going to find anything, and it's going to be a wasted journey, but wow, how I was proven wrong. Fantastic. So, that's it from Rotherham Main Colliery. Who would have thought it, after all these years, such a large portion of this coal mine is just sat here in the middle of this forest just rotting away. Amazing. But it's here. So thank you very much for joining us. If you want to help out, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're feeling extra generous, you can press the super thanks button. All the donations from that go back into the channel and help with travel costs, etc. Thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, I'll see you later.